What do you think of when you hear the word basketball? Many people think of players like Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, LeBron James, and many other players because of their accomplishments in basketball. Even though we want to give props to these players, we would not even know these players existed if basketball was never invented. Now, many of you have watched basketball, or played basketball, or know someone who plays basketball. Personally, I have been playing basketball since I was 4 years old. Throughout my years of playing basketball, I have gained incredible knowledge of the game by reading various books on the subject. Therefore, knowing how the game originated will help many of us truly appreciate the game even more. Today, I will inform you on the history of basketball by explaining how the game of basketball was invented and then by describing the original rules of the game. First, I will talk about how the game of basketball was created. The game of basketball has an extensive and influential history that dates back to the late 19th century in Springfield, Massachusetts, where the game was first conceived by the brilliant Canadian James Naismith in 1891. According to the article, Basketball Made in the USA, Greg States, the head of the Physical Education Department at the International YMCA Training School in Massachusetts, issued a challenge to his graduate students. He asked them to create a fast-paced, easy-to-learn game that could be played in the gymnasium during the winter months. James Naismith fulfilled this challenge from his professor by creating a game that incorporated many sports such as soccer, lacrosse, and American rugby. When Naismith first created basketball, it started off with 9 players, and the ball they used was a soccer ball. The baskets were wooden peach baskets that were attached to each side of the gymnasium balcony. The peach baskets were not cut out on the bottom. Therefore, when a player scored, someone had to get the soccer ball with a ladder. Eventually, the bottom of the peach baskets was cut off, allowing the ball to easily slide through. Second, in addition to Naismith creating the game of basketball, he also created many rules that players had to abide by. At first, basketball only started with one simple rule. Based on the article, How a Canadian Invented Basketball, Clinton reveals that the only rule Naismith gave to the boys was to get the soccer ball into the bottom of the peach basket. The lack of guidelines, however, soon proved problematic. Numerous players started to get severely hurt by playing too aggressively. For that reason, Naismith developed 13 rules. One crucial rule that he made was that players could not run with the soccer ball. Also, according to the article, Basketball, Logan and Markrey mention some of Naismith's rules, which include no shouldering, holding, pushing, tripping, or striking in any way in the game. If a player broke any of these infringements, then a foul was called. Correspondingly, if a player committed 2 or 3 consecutive fouls before a basket, that player would have to sit out of the game until a basket is scored. Consequently, it could lead to a point for the other team. In conclusion, basketball has a decorated past that has grown into the worldwide athletic phenomenon we know it to be today. James Naismith was a crucial element of why basketball exists today. Naismith created the game of basketball out of a need, and he established rules and guidelines for the safety of the players. All in all, in the words of James Naismith, basketball is a pure invention. The invention of basketball was not an accident. It was developed to meet a need. Thank you.